So for a Grammy for you?
No, not even, no, nowhere.
What do you mean nowhere? What is it? What do you mean?
The fact that it didn't happen, and then it didn't happen, and then it didn't happen, it allowed me to even reflect now and be like, wait a minute, like, first there was the same feeling of like, wait, why they not rocking with me?
Jermaine Lamar Cole. The Grammys are playing with your name. Now, for those of you tapped into Carolina's finest, you understand this isn't breaking news, but broken news. The Grammys have historically failed to give Cole the Grammy wins his talents have deserved, going as far back as 2011 when he failed to win Best New Artist. However, for some reason, certain fans seem to equate the value in the Grammy win that the artist himself doesn't place. And to those fans, I want to invite you to shut the hell up, because you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, 2014 Forest Hills Drive is the equivalent of a championship album despite not winning a Grammy. These are not my words, these are his.
That's nowhere close to a championship to me, the Grammy, but there was an album that felt like a championship. You know what I mean? There was the releasing of an album. The making of this album I got called Forest Hills Drive, and the releasing of it and the tour. That was a championship run in the way that, like, you know, I would look at how the Bulls look at, you know, The Last Dance, or how you guys look at one of you guys' championship. Like, that was the feeling. So, and then guess what? That album didn't win a Grammy, and it's like it meant nothing. Like it didn't. A Grammy didn't increase my enjoyment or decrease my enjoyment. If that album would have won a Grammy, it wouldn't have added. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have changed my experience. You know what I mean? And the fact that it didn't win didn't change my experience. It was like that was what a championship felt like to me.
And there you have it. Now, for context, it's important to note that this clip came from an interview J. Cole did with ESPN in 2023. I'll be sure to link the full interview in the description. But I must say, hearing Cole's thoughts on the Grammys does raise an interesting question. If the Grammys aren't important to the artists, why do fans put so much emphasis on them? And this has been an ongoing question within the industry. I mean, just listen to this clip from when the Joe Budden podcast was actually enjoyable.
Why do we put so much respect on some of these institutions rather than the art form itself or the art itself?
I mean, that's what we were taught.
Yeah, it's a conditioning thing within music. I mean, you see your favorite artists ever, for the most part, getting them, and you think that that's, when going into your music career, that's a goal I want to hit. I want to have a Grammy. It's just in our brain that really, really matters to us. And then you get there and you realize the politics of it, and it doesn't mean you had the best album or the best work that year. It just means you were with the right people at the right time.
Yeah, and it's one
for the most part.
It's one of those awards that you grow up watching, and every respectable, every popular, every successful artist is in one room at the same time. And if you're an artist, you want to be in that room because then you feel like you've arrived, you've made it. You're now one of them.
That's the smoke. That's the smoke and the mirrors part. I think one year they told me I would have a better shot at a nomination if I performed at the Grammy board party.
Absolutely.
And wait, and all of this is after I learned that my label has to submit me to even be in contention for any of this shit. So I mean, a lot was learned along the way that made me view the Grammys a certain way. I was fortunate enough to be grown when certain artists started to boycott the Grammys as well, so I had a pretty good understanding.
Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that those days of boycotting the Grammys are pretty much over in light of the recent Grammys where the entire industry was there singing A minor in unison as Kendrick Lamar celebrated his 5th Grammy win of the night. But you all tell me in the comments, should J. Cole actually put more value in the Grammys and actually winning the award and showing up to the events and playing the politics? Or should he continue to do what he does best, which is be the best rapper in the game and just keep producing music for the fans? You all tell me. But Caleb, from Twitter is signing out.